Okay, what is going on, everybody? This is your boy Juggernaut097 bringing you guys my AEW's Fyter Fest Night 1 review for you guys. And this was held on July 1st, 2020. So, yeah, I thought overall this was a really good show. Like, I don't really have any complaints about this show. Pretty good, top to bottom. Really good, kind of like a free special during this COVID type of era that we're getting, and also last night was NXT Great American Bash, and I would have had this review out to you guys last night, but I was trying to watch both AEW and Great American Bash, but I was trying, flipping back and forth, but it's hard for me to, it's hard for me to kind of multitask, and when I flip the channel back over, I go like, what, maybe I probably missed a spot there in the match, so I'd rather just watch one show at a time. So from now on, I'm going to be doing one show on Wednesdays and then one show on Thursdays. So, probably next week, I'm going to watch NXT next week because I'm really looking forward to that show. And also, I heard that, NXT had the better ratings, which, I need to go back and I need to go watch the rest of NXT. So that review will probably be coming out maybe later on tonight or tomorrow. I don't know yet. But yeah, from now on, it's going to be one show on Wednesdays and then the other show on Thursdays. So we'll do that. And, I would hate, to be living back like in the, Attitude Era and stuff, because where they don't, like during the Monday Night Wars, they had, Monday Night Raw versus WCW Nitro. I would hate to be living back then with, no on-demand stuff. I mean, yeah, you could have recorded things, but you had to have a VCR recorder, which people probably don't know what that is anymore. I mean, if you're, kind of younger than, your 20s or whatever and stuff, like people probably don't even know what a VCR is anymore. But yeah, I mean, you could have did that, but I'm happy that we have these on-demand shows or, they have these apps now, or, it's pretty easy to record like a DVR. But yeah. Now let's go ahead and get started with this review. But actually, before we do that, go hit that subscribe button if this is your first time ever checking out one of my videos. Hit that like button and turn that post notification button to be notified every time I make a new video. And also go follow me on my social media platforms. I don't know if I said that already. The links will be down below. It's at the True JSB for all my social medias. Okay, so to kick off the show, we had Chris Jericho come out, so he was on commentary during this whole night, which I love Jericho on commentary. I mean, he is just so golden, and I'm happy he was on commentary here. But the first match that we had was Jurassic Express versus MJF and Wardlow, and this was the first time MJF and Wardlow ever been in a tag team match. That was pretty cool, like ever tagged up before. But before that, we had MJF. He did a little promo before the match. He basically was talking about Jungle Boy, how he's beating him over and over again, and the match that they had at Double or Nothing was probably the best match that he'll ever have in his career. And he brings up about Jungle Boy's daddy's money during that promo. Also, he talks about Luchasaurus. And he's saying his tongue isn't the only thing that's green, which he's kind of making shots going, saying, hey, he's kind of a little green around the circle a little bit. Like, he's not too, he's pretty new in professional wrestling. And also, he kind of takes shots at WWE a little bit. He says that, I'm pretty sure it's the WWE, because he says that they're in a ratings war. And how does one expect to get a W without MJF? So, yeah, basically, they're just basically saying that they're in a war right now, in a ratings war here. So, I mean, last week NXT won, and I'm pretty sure, NXT did win this week also. Well, I'm pretty sure during the second half, that's when they got most of the fans into the show. But onto this match. This match was pretty decent. I wish I would have got to see more of Luchasaurus and Wardlow go off, score off into the match. But, I mean, I think we'll get that eventually. I mean, last week we did get that, we got that lumberjack match, but that really, We didn't get to see him actually score one-on-one with each other, which I wish that would have happened here. But Wardlow, man, he was looking like a monster. I mean, he impressed me the most during this match. He was just looking like a monster. He was throwing, what's his face around, that Marco stunt around. He was just throwing him around everywhere. There was this really cool spot during the match where it was Jungle Boy. He was doing a whole bunch of suicide dives out onto, it was on MJF, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he was doing them on MJF. And then we had a big dive. We saw later on we had a big dive out. It was by Luchasaurus onto Wardlow, so that was a pretty cool spot. I also like how all 4 guys were out in the center of the ring. And MJF and Jungle Boy Jack, they kind of, they kick up or kip up. And then we had Luchasaurus and Wardlow kip up. And both of them, Luchasaurus and Wardlow, they go for a clothesline and they both knock each other down, kind of. And there's this really cool spot where Jungle Boy, he does a Canadian Destroyer on MJF. That was really awesome during the match. What else did we have during this match that was good? Oh, yeah. So, what was I about to say about that? So, yeah, we had that. That was a cool spot. Yesterday was Canada Day, so happy Canada Day to all those Canadians out there. Let's see. Oh yeah, so MJF, he brought out the ring, the dynamite ring, and he's about to hit who was about to hit with it? Jungle Boy with it, but Jungle Boy moves out of the way, and MJF is about to hit Wardlow, but MJF goes like, "Can't you do anything right?" So it looks like there might be some, tensions heating up with Wardlow and MJF. We'll see how long this goes on. But MJF gets pulled outside the ring, and Luchasaurus does a whole bunch of kicks onto Wardlow, and Wardlow kind of does like an Undertaker setup a little bit, but then he gets kicked in the face again, and a moonsault onto... Is it moonsault or shooting star? I can't remember. But, so, yeah, Luchasaurus does a moonsault and gets the 1, 2... No, it was a shooting star. I can't remember, to be honest right now. But Luchasaurus gets a 1, 2, 3 for the team. So that was a big one for Jurassic Express. And it still makes MJF and Wardlow look strong. So that was good. That's a good thing there. But pretty fun opener. I mean, nothing to go crazy about. But it wasn't bad, though. It wasn't bad at all. Also, next week there's going to be like a puppy rumble or whatever. I don't really care about that, to be honest. But yeah, they're going to be doing that next week. Okay, so the next match we had was the AEW Women's World Heavyweight Championship. We had Hikaru Shida defending the title against Penelope Ford. Right out the gate, Aubrey Edwards, she wasn't having any shit here. She throws out Kip Sabian because Kip Sabian, yeah. I just don't like Kip Sabian at all. I don't know why, I just don't like him. But once Kip Sabian got thrown out of the match, I thought this was a pretty good match here. Penelope Ford, this was the best women's match that Penelope Ford, or best women's match in AEW, in my opinion, since the start of AEW last year. So, yeah, the women's division hasn't been the strongest, like I said in my last AEW review last week. But I thought this it was a really good match. There was some points in the match where I thought Penelope Ford was actually going to win this match, like some near falls towards the end. And Penelope Ford was hitting quite a bit of stunners in this match. I'm like, okay, come on, you're not Stone Cold, quit hitting all these stunners. But there's this really cool spot where Hikaru Shida was going for a drop kick off the top rope, and Penelope Ford did a back, she kind of did a limbo kind of thing, or she kind of bent over, which that was really cool. She kind of moved out of the way. But yeah, there was some pretty good spots in this match. I like how Hikaru Shida, she went for a Falcon's Arrow, and she rolled, and then Penelope Ford somehow rolled, flipped it and reversed it into a pin, which I thought that was a really cool spot. Like, I thought Penelope Ford was actually going to win there, but no. This made me a true believer out of Penelope Ford tonight, which I like that. But at the end, Hikaru Shida would end up getting the victory by a Falcon Arrow and then hitting a running knee strike to get the 1, 2, 3. And even Kip Sabian would actually come back out because Penelope Ford was going to use the title she was going to use the title, but that got the distraction by the referee, and so Kip Sabian came out, but that backfired on him and got hit by the kendo stick by Hikaru Shida. But yeah, like I said, this wasn't a bad match, and probably, like I said, the best women's match in AEW so far. Let's see here. Next match we had was we had the TNT Championship match. We had Jake Hager with his wife versus Cody Rhodes, or Cody, and Arn Anderson. This match was alright. I mean, I'm really not a big fan of Jake Hager. I just don't like him that much. Also, I don't like his attire. His attire is like so bland. I mean, they were doing a lot of mat-based wrestling towards the beginning of the match. I mean, we even saw Arn Anderson get involved, which something I don't understand is why the babyface is having people get involved for him. Like, I don't understand. Like, we had Arn Anderson get involved multiple times. I mean, we even saw, Jake Hager's wife, kind of walk over Cody Rhodes during the match. And she even slapped him during the match. But I don't understand why a face needs to have somebody help him. I mean, I understand Arn Anderson here. But I'm pretty sure that I've been hearing rumors that they're going to do they're going to bring back the Four Horsemen over there in AEW. So they're going to make a Four Horsemen faction. And, of course, Arn Anderson is going to be the manager of this faction. Which I wonder who they will bring in to be in this faction. And I'm pretty sure they would turn Cody heel eventually down the road. I feel like that's what they're going to be doing here. They're going to turn Cody heel eventually. But like I said, this wasn't a bad match. It's nothing to go crazy over. I did not like the ending of this. It was like Jake Hager, he went for a Uranagi and then kind of like a triangle choke. And then Cody kind of flips his momentum over, reverses it, and gets the 1, 2, 3. Which Jake Hager, he thought he won the match there, which he didn't win. It was Cody who retained the title. I don't know. I just did not like the ending of that match one bit. Not at all. Yeah, not a big fan. But I guess we'll see, who challenges Cody next for the AEW Championship, and I hope we get a young superstar to actually take the title off of him. I'm just happy that Jake Hager didn't take the title off of him here, so that's good. Then the next match we had was Santana and Ortiz versus Private Party with Matt Hardy, and also Orange Cassidy came out on commentary for this match. Which he didn't even talk at all. He was just sitting there. And it was funny listening to Jericho during this match. He's saying, you stupid idiot over there. Like, he was, just insulting Orange Cassidy. He was like, yeah, you better be serious next week. And then, I just love Jericho and Orange Cassidy. This is going to be interesting next week. I'm excited for that. But this match was pretty decent. I mean, there was some cool spots I liked during this match with Santana and Ortiz. They did this, I think it was, I can't remember which one it was, but they hit this Liger bomb onto Isiah Kassidy for a 2 count, which that was a really cool spot during the match. I also liked the ending where Private Party, they did this Hurricane Rana into a cutter, or I don't know what their finisher is called. I mean, but Private Party, they got a pretty big win here. I mean, they're kind of still a little green around the corners, but with Matt Hardy being in the corner, helping them out, kind of teaching pointers and stuff, I think that Private Party could become, a pretty good team up here eventually. But, I mean, this wasn't a bad match. Fairly quick. I like that Private Party did get the win. A pretty big win over Santana and Ortiz. And I'm pretty sure they're going to get a tag team title shot. Well, actually, no, next week they will. Because this is going to be a good segue. So, we had Taz come out and basically cut a promo. Because next week we were supposed to have the AEW World Championship match. But, as we know, Jon Moxley's wife, Renee Young, has COVID. So, he's been tested twice, which both tests have come up negative. But Tony Khan, he doesn't want to risk that, bringing Jon Moxley in and, getting more people infected with, have the chance of other people get COVID. So, Tony Khan decided to keep Jon Moxley at home next week also. So Jon Moxley and Brian Cage are gonna have their match on July 15th at Fight for the Fallen. So we're gonna have another AEW special. So that's gonna be cool on TNT. So that's gonna be really fun to watch. Fight for the Fallen. We got Jon Moxley versus Brian Cage, which I'm looking forward to this match a lot. And speaking of Brian Cage and Taz, we had him basically come out, and he cut this golden promo. He basically said, the real reason why you're not here is basically because you're chicken shit. And he said if you were here, you would just get beat up by you would just get beat up by Brian Cage. And I just like Taz. Taz is golden on the mic. He's a great mouthpiece for Brian Cage. And this kind of reminds me of like Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman. But, Brian Cage is no Lesnar and Taz is no Paul Heyman. But this is pretty close to it, though. I'm not going to lie. I mean, and who ever thought I'd be saying that, Taz is great on the mic? Because I never really been the biggest fan of him. But I like what he's doing with Brian Cage being a mouthpiece for him, and basically taking shots at other companies, taking shots at WWE also. Like, I like it. I love it a lot. And I'm excited for their match, Brian Cage and Jon Moxley, in 2 weeks here, so that's going to be good. But now we got the main event. We had the AEW Tag Team Championships were on the line. We had Kenny Omega and Adam Page defending the titles against Best Friends. This was a good match. I really enjoyed it. So we had Trent and Chuck Taylor. I thought this was really fun. I mean, Trent and Kenny Omega, they had a pretty good... they went on one-on-one pretty good a lot in this match. Which I want to see more of them do like one-on-one matches, because damn, they really went back and forth with each other, and both teams really had good chemistry, which I like that. I like that a lot. There was this really cool spot during the match where this one spot on the outside of the ring. I can't remember who it was, but they did a overhead throw into the barricade, which I thought that was amazing spot, best spot in the match. But Adam Page and Kenny Omega would end up retaining their titles when Adam Page hit the... No. Kenny Omega hit the V-trigger. Or is the buckshot there? I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Adam Page. Let me check. Yeah, so Page hits the... Yeah, he wins. Yeah, that's how they win. It was a buckshot? I can't remember which one it was. Yeah, my mind's kind of foggy right now. But it was a good match nonetheless. I really enjoyed it. And after the match, we had FTR come out, basically kind of congratulating Adam Page and Kenny Omega. They brought some beers up for him, but Kenny Omega, he poured out the beer, and that kind of pissed off FTR a little bit here. It kind of pissed them off. They go like, yo, we just brought this beer up for you. Gonna do that. And then, I thought there was gonna be a brawl that was gonna go down here, something they were gonna fight. But no, we had to have the Young Bucks came out to try to separate them a little bit. So there's some tensions there. I like this. I'm gonna be looking forward to this more here, to seeing what happens with this. And also, next week we have FTR and the Young Bucks going against the Butcher and the Blade, and I can't remember who else they're going against. My mind's kind of foggy right now with that. But overall, this was a really good show. I really enjoyed it, top to bottom. Good show. So go down in the comments, tell me what you thought of the show. And I guess I'll catch you guys in my next video, which will be my NXT review, NXT Great American Bash review, night 1. And next week is going to be night 2, which I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. But, this is good. This is really good TV on Wednesday nights. I mean, it's not like anything like the Monday Night Wars, but it's fun stuff here. And I don't understand why people on Twitter, they keep going like, oh, yeah, keep talking about the ratings war. Just enjoy this wrestling here. I mean, I just enjoy watching good wrestling. I mean, I'd rather be watching this than crappy Monday Night Raw. I mean, SmackDown's kind of, it's alright to watch, but I'd rather be watching this than, anything right now that's going on in the main roster of WWE. So I like this kind of war that's going on here on Wednesday nights, the Wednesday Night Wars. But, yeah. That was a review for AEW's Fyter Fest 2020 night 1. So go down in the comments, tell me what you thought, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out.